lot since your last interview. You've have a lot more that you offer. You feel me for your clients. To show you've expanded. Why don't you let the people know who you are, what it is that you do, and what you offer?
Okay. Coach Rob. I am a fitness professional. I've been coaching for 4 years. TDF started officially 2 years ago. Since our last interview, it was about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was about 2 years ago now.
End of 2020, probably beginning of 2021.
End of 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2023 now. Yeah, since then, I've learned a lot in business. I've dealt with a few different gyms, and in each gym, it's been a lot that I've learned, good and bad. But ultimately, even the bad, they shape you, and they've molded me to become a little more rigid. My mental fortitude has definitely been challenged, and I'm grateful for even those bad experiences. Just because they reinforce the fact that I'm meant for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I truly believe that fitness and gym business is what I want to do. And it's tested, right? When you go through those trials and tribulations, those things test you and see if you're like, do you really want to do this? And so all of those like ups and downs, and you know what I'm saying, they've pushed me to believe more and more that this is what I want to do. Yeah.
Okay. You want to speak on some of the tribulations? You ain't got to go too in depth, but
I mean, I don't mind. We raw with it. I've been working with a few gym spaces that I've leased space from. The first gym I was at, the building got sold. The guy I was leasing space from, he was subleasing space to me, which I didn't know. I thought the gym was his, but the place ended up getting sold. But he didn't tell me that the building was getting sold. I had to find out on my own by calling the realtors. They was like, yeah, the gym is being sold. I'm like, oh, it's news to me. And so, like, bringing that up to him and talking to him about that's one thing that I've gone through. I've dealt with other spaces where the space wasn't big enough, which happens. And so, like, just trying to find a better opportunity for myself, for my clients, a more nurturing environment for my business to actually grow. So I've had to move gyms a couple times. And while you're in the process of like having to move, right, and having to reach out to your clients and it's like, hey, y'all, we got to leave. It might seem like a bad situation, but I know at the end of the day, God got final control, right? Mm-hmm. Everything that I'm going through is already written. And what I'm going through is not, like, I'm sure other people have gone through this, right? So I try to remind myself that when I'm dealing with them things, like, you're not the only one that's been through this, Rob, right? Don't feel like, damn, this happened to you. How are you going to deal with it? Like, it's other people that have gone through that. So those situations, right, I think it's helpful. It's been helpful for me to, like, reach out to people and get advice on certain situations. Thankfully, I'm blessed with endless amount of support and encouragement. So all of those, like, ups and downs, right, I've slowly, one step at a time, worked my way through them. Yeah, it's been a good learning experience since the last 2 years, since we had the last interview at the first gym.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking on this about TDF and how it's grown since this last interview, what was TDF in its inception when you came up with the idea, and what has it evolved to now?
So TDF was originally supposed to be a pandemic business. So we, me, bro with the camcorder, running back, Kev, Mo, we all had a meeting about trying to monetize YouTube, with me being a trainer, Rob being the trainee or the trainer at times, and just like trying to figure out how we can make some money during the pandemic. It was 5 of us. all of our schedules didn't align. I had a little more experience with training because I was a trainer at 24 before the pandemic. And so when we had this meeting, we had came up with a name. And while I was training my clients, I just started putting hashtag TDF because that was the name that we came up with. TDF, Touchdown Fitness, was the name Rob came up with because we couldn't find a domain name for anything else. TDF was supposed to be like Overtime Fitness. It was OTF.
That's
It
right.
was supposed to be Overtime Fitness. Let's get it.
That's right. I remember that one
We was
too.
coming up trying to find anything we could get that domain. But yeah, Rob was like, Touchdown Fitness. I'm like, it don't matter what the name is. So yeah, that's how the name came. And that was where like we thought we would be. But yeah, just continuing to train my clients and putting the hashtag TDF during the pandemic. People seeing that I was still training in the midst of all that sickness, and people just quite honestly tired of being in the house and wanting to do something. They're like, Rob, you training? I'm like, yep. They're like, how much you charging? 20. Come on, let's do it. And so that was really the birth of TDF. If it wasn't for the pandemic, like forcing me into doing something, I probably wouldn't be doing TDF, right? I probably would have still had a 9 to 5. So I'm thankful for the pandemic. It boosted my initial crowd support. So yeah, that's where TDF originated.
All right. So for those who might have just started following you now, your content is like a mix of both everything from like young kids to the elderly or older people. You feel me? Like, how did you get into like really having such a wide audience that you can train?
Okay. When I started, right, I was training folks my age for the most part. I've always had a liking for sports. Played football up until college. And so sports was something that I was interested in. I like that style of training. I feel like it really pushes people. Personally, I feel like the athletes and the elderly population are the hardest to train. So I've always wanted to train athletes. One of the biggest like support system in groups that I've trained lately has been the softball kids. I was training for football one day. I had maybe 2 kids that I was training in the gym. And there was a parent that came by, and he was like, man, my niece plays softball. He's like, would you be willing to train her? I'm like, yeah. Not that I'm a softball player or baseball player or coach or anything, but I do study how the body can get faster and get stronger. And if you're a good athlete, chances are you might be good in whatever sport you play. So I was like, yeah, I'll train her. He put me in contact with her mom. And that mom, it kind of turns out that she was like, kind of like a team mom without being a team mom. So she was like, Rob, I have a few other girls that would want to come train. She was like, would you willing? I'm like, yeah. So I think the first day they came, actually, it was like 8 of them. I'm like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, those nerves went away right away. Once I get into like Coach Rob training mode, right? I'm here for just making sure the technique is right, making sure you're doing things properly. So that initial visit with them, I'm like, that's cool, right? It's 8 softball people. I've never trained softball. And just training them consistently here in the gym at parks. And then their network, like seeing like what they were doing, their coaches, seeing them get faster or stronger, more coordinated. It kind of like solidified the parents' trust in me. And so they just like, it spread like wildfire after that. From that, I've got like contracts with other groups. Right now I'm doing like a group with basketball and volleyball girls. I've trained a bunch of like football kids, and actually most recently I have a AAU team that I've been training with. So yeah, the kids, I mean, it happened pretty organically, but it did spread a lot faster than I expected it to. But I love it because the kids, they come in here and eat it up, right? They got the energy. They're not going to complain like, oh, this is too heavy. They enjoy the challenge. So working with the kids has challenged me to be a better trainer and help me or encourage me to get back in the books and just learn a little bit more so I can keep them progressing and having that competitive edge.
Do you have any exciting news coming up for TDF?
Any exciting news? I got some merch coming. I said it once. I'm going to say it again because that's exciting. I got some merch coming. I like fashion, right? I like to look clean, you know what I'm saying? And so my merchandising, you know better than anybody, 'cause then you worked on it. If I don't like it, nah, Q, we got to do that one over. If the quality of it, I got to send that back. So you know what I'm saying? I like to look good in anything I'm doing. So yeah, I got some new merch coming. I think everybody gonna like the designs. Other than that, like exciting news, I'm still in business.
Yeah.
Right? Like, not to look over the little things, but I'm still in business.
Yeah.
And I'm in business every day. I think that's exciting for the people who aren't training with me, right? I still have availability. You still have a chance to come train with me. You know what I'm saying? I think that's exciting news for me. It's year 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't had no funding and it's been supporting itself. So that's exciting for me, for the people, right? Again, it's still in business. Merch is coming. You have the opportunity to come train with TDF. I think highly of my business. I think it's a quality training business. And so if you have the space and the means to take advantage of it, I think you should.
100%.
I think you should.
Come on.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
What's special about training with TDF? What sets you apart from just like other Bay Area trainers or just trainers in general? What makes you so cool?
I'm gonna answer this question without like comparing me to anybody else, because I mean I've studied other trainers. I've never worked with another trainer, so I couldn't say like their training style is X or Y or Z. But I think in sessions and even outside of sessions, I do a really good job of doing my best to articulate what the purpose is with why we're doing this, right? Like, you're coming to me to work out or to create some healthy habits. Like, okay, we get here, we get challenged, or we go home, we get challenged. We get home, we don't want to eat this and that. When I see these things, like, I'll tell people, like, okay, like, if you aren't going to eat right 2 days out the week, you know what I'm saying, you just took 2 steps back. So I think I try to find as many examples as necessary to get people to really understand why all of this is really important. Ultimately, my goal is, while clients have goals, right, they maybe want bigger shoulders, I really want to instill healthy habits so people can enjoy their lives. They can wake up pain-free. Their brains can function sharply because we're eating right and we're exercising, so we're getting rid of bad. So, like, all of this stuff is important to me, and I think about it all the time. And so I try as best I can to get my clients to understand that, in addition to them having their own goals. So I think my messages have been received well by all of my clients. They see that I care. And that itself is like care and concern. Like, I truly care about you. I'm not just coming in here, we just working out, we going on. Like, in a session, I might tell a client about a whole, I don't know, paper about a lymphatic system or a nervous system or my acupuncture, right? That has nothing to do with training, but it has something to do with fitness because it's related to your body. So I'm giving people ways to heal. And so, yeah, I think just my care and my concern for my clients is seen through all of the many efforts that I do outside of just the actual training and spotting and demonstrating and things like that.
What's the future of the business, goals for your clients? You feel me? How do you want to give back to your community? And how do you see TDF evolving even more?
Okay, that's a lot. The goals for the business. My goal for TDF is to have a space, a gym that most inner city youth or like underprivileged kids, right? The lower socioeconomic group of people, they can have an affordable yet quality space that they can come to, get quality training. I like to be hands-on and in the mix with anybody that I deal with, because even though TDF is a business, the most important thing, the reason why I started TDF is to bring light to how important our health and wellness is. As an African-American trainer, I think Black and brown people aren't aware of all these contributing factors have on our health. And so I'm trying to bring that to light, like how stress might affect you having a physical ailment, how your nutrition is playing into how long you live or how healthy your bones are, or whatever the case may be, like trying to bring that information to people. And it's important with me having a space, because then I can directly talk to you. I might be able to talk to you 2-3 times a week. Right. And yeah, you coming to work out, but now you just understanding a lot more the health aspects, and how fitness is directly related to your health, and how fitness can be a way for you to filter out alcohol or the bad food that we eat and things like that. But the gym is how I'm going to address health. Because this is what I enjoy doing. I enjoy working out, challenging other people working out, teaching proper ways to work out. So through that, I'm trying to really attack bad habits and just keep people mindful of those things.
Okay. Okay. I love that. How can people support TDF without being a client?
Support is free. I heard that the other day. Support is free. I have a website, right? And on my website, it has all my training packages. It has all the merchandise. And whether you purchase something for yourself or even just like sending somebody the website, right? They might even be considering training and might not have told nobody, but if you keep posting it or sharing it or even just word of mouth, like, yeah, I know a trainer, sending that website, they see what I offer, that's support, right? Just sending it out, that's support. Talking about it, that's support. I think a good majority of all of my clients just came from word of mouth, like people who know me and trust me as a trainer. They see that I'm doing this on a regular basis, so at that point it's like, well, he's serious about what he's doing. Just telling the next person, that's great support. Right, we might think like, oh, just telling somebody like, I ain't doing nothing. But like, yeah, you might just want to throw it in a conversation like, oh yeah, I know a trainer. He do X, Y, and Z. All right, that might interest somebody without you realizing it. Yeah, I got some new merch coming. I've been holding off on getting this merch out because I have some clients and I appreciate those clients. Right, they've been encouraging me to be mindful of how much plastic I use, right? This is like unrelated to packaging for merch. It was with my diet. They're like, stop buying stuff that comes in so much plastic. So just like those people in the world, right, that encourage you to do better, it encouraged me to not use the traditional packaging for my clothing. So we almost up and rolling, but yeah, this shirt that I'm wearing is one of the shirts that's gonna be available. Purchasing a shirt, even if you're not a client, right? Purchasing a shirt, purchasing a training package for your elderlies that you might care for, or anybody you know that needs training or just needs some healthy change. That's support. Commenting on the page, right? The small things that you think, right? A repost, a review on Yelp, all of those things are support, and they all just add to the value of the business. So all the support that I've gotten, I appreciate. And yeah, let's keep supporting TDF. I'm my biggest fan always, but all the support, I'll take it.
For sure. Something that you can say to entice new clients. Like, why don't you give like who you are, closing remarks, why people want to come train with TDF?
I'm gonna say a couple of things. I be telling a lot of my clients, especially when they don't want to lift heavy, I'm like, look, I'm not here to waste nobody's time. I'm here to get everybody fine. And they think that's the funniest thing. Hey, look, do the work. On a less jovial note, fitness is an extension of your health. Health, the quality of your health is going to determine how well or how bad like your life is, right? Like, in all due respect to anybody who has passed, but like has reached a high status, like Steve Jobs died really young, right? He had plenty of money, but in not taking care of his health prior to that, right? And things happen, but in not taking care of his health, like, you don't get to enjoy these things. And that example could be used with anybody, regardless how much money we make, regardless of the physical things we have. If our health doesn't equate, then we won't be able to enjoy those things. We won't be able to enjoy life. So yeah, like it gets serious, right? It gets deep, right? It might just think like, oh, I want a bigger butt, or I want a bigger chest. But these things are byproducts of like taking care of your health, and if your health is right, you'll enjoy your life. I see too many people who die young, or they have hard lives, or they just live hard lives without realizing that they have to actively take care of their health. And fitness is one of those active ways that you can, one of those things that you can do that'll help you take care of your health, which in turn will help you just enjoy your life just at a higher level. I want to just give Quentin Ventura, bro, with the camcorder, I want to give him his flowers on camera. He behind the camera, I want to give him his closing remarks. Been supporting TDF from the jump. Anytime I call, like, cuz I need you, I'm on my way, or I'll be there. I forgot to go get a charger, but I'm on my way, cuz. So, you know what I'm saying? But really has supported TDF, and helped me take it to another level every time we converse and things like that. So yeah, I just want to thank you for helping TDF. I'm just gonna do one shout out. Right? I don't want to make too many people jealous. Calm down, everybody. But yeah, Coach Rob is here. TDF is here. We here for the long run. I plan on being better as a trainer. I plan on big things for TDF. And yeah, it comes through the work. Yeah, so yeah, if you're ready to work, if you're not a part of TDF and you're ready to work, all you gotta do is reach out to me. I ain't hard to get in contact with.